it's Ayana, and today I'm going to do the Beyonce book tag. Hell yeah, I've been waiting for this book tag to be invented forever, that it has. I'm of course going to do it if I was tagged, if I wasn't tagged. This book tag was created by Gusher Books, and I will link her channel down below. And I'm going to tweak a bit of the tag. I'm going to change a bit of the questions and add a bit of questions. So let's get started. First is Hello. Hello, a book that the end inspired you. And for that, I am picking a book which I have raved endlessly about in my channel, and that is The Timekeeper by Mitch Albom. I'm not going to tell you how it inspired me because that will be huge spoilers, but read this book, and the end, it's like really short, but the end is so inspiring, guys. It really makes you think differently about time and time measurement and everything that has to do with time, and read it, it's so inspiring. So we have single ladies. For that you have to choose a strong female character. So well, I don't like to say a strong female character. I already did a discussion video about this and about the position of female characters in books, and I'm going to link it down below for you guys if you want to hear my thoughts on, saying how a certain female character is strong or not, as well as it will better explain why the character that I'm choosing for this question is Hazel Grace from The Fault in Our Stars. Hazel Grace is such a fighter. Yes, she doesn't go out and she doesn't, fight some huge rebellion, but she has to fight through loss, through grief, through, this terminal disease. And if that's not a fighter, then I don't know what a fighter is. So check out that discussion video if you're interested. Next, we have Irreplaceable, which is a book that you can never replace. That for me is my bind-up of His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. If you will come and take this book from me, then I'll probably track you down and kill you. No, I'm kidding. Diva, choose your favorite sassiest character. I'm choosing the King of Sass, Percy Jackson. This is the Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, which is the first Percy Jackson book we've got, even by the title of the first chapter, guys, which is I accidentally vaporized my maths teacher. Percy for the win. Percy, King of Sass, God of Sass. They should do Percy, they should do after, I haven't read Battle of Olympus yet, but, so don't spoil, but they should do that 50 years later, if it is, because I haven't yet read Blood of Olympus, but okay. Percy becomes the god of sass, and then he has demigods, and their powers are, inhuman sass powers. Upgrade You, a book that you thought that could have been written much better. Hi! Cross just explains itself out. It had potential, it was just the execution didn't go so well. Crazy in Love, choose a book that will always have a special place in your heart that you will always love. And that for me is one of the, the first books that I read getting into reading, which is Avalon High by Meg Cabot. The actual physical book is pretty in horrible shape, but this book will also have such a special part in my heart. I remember reading this when I was in 3rd grade or 4th grade, and I loved it. I love it. It's just it will always have a special part right here. Or wait, our heart is on our left side, so right here. You have to choose a book that you thought about a lot after you finished, and this is going to be sad for all of you guys, so I'm just warning you beforehand. Diary of a Mad Diva by Joan Rivers, R.I.P. Ego, a book that didn't deserve all the hype, or that the hype killed it in your eyes. And The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. No, before you start going all psycho on me and trying killing me with like, how don't you like the Fault in Our Stars? I do love the Fault in Our Stars, and I love the characters, but I feel like the hype did kill it. I ended up reading this only a month before the movie because the hype killed it for me, because we got spoilers out. Like, I feel like if you love a book, don't spoil it for other people. Like, ask them, have you read this? And obviously, you know, spoilers will always be around, but like, it was my friend. She's like talking, boom, spoiler. Say spoiler alert or something. I butchered the lyrics and the song. 4 hours here. Choose a book that you would like to pass on for generations. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book has everything that I love about a good story and a good plot and a good setting and a good atmosphere and good characters in it, and it's definitely something that will, like, even if you won't pass it on generations, like how we have certain pieces of literature known as classics, and so we basically pass it on because we're saying, oh, it's a classic, you have to read it. This is something that, like, in my family, I know that when I'll have kids in the future, and I will get them into reading if they want to or not, then this is one of those books that I'll be like, you're reading this, if you like it, if you don't like it, you don't have a say in the matter, you're gonna read this because you're going to love it, so you have to try. Choose a book that deals with a dark subject. I'm choosing Stolen by Lucy Christopher. First of all, this won the Prince Award, and you should definitely read it if you haven't read it yet. And it deals with Stockholm Syndrome. But what's interesting about it is that we get to know the entire story of events of like what happened to this one girl who was kidnapped after she went throughout the entire experience, when she's writing a letter to her kidnapper before their trial. So it's a very interesting perspective on the Stockholm Syndrome and everything that happened to the character, because it's like her reflecting back and her trying to understand what happened once she got out of the situation. Definitely something that you should read. And the last question has to do with end of time. Choose a book that you could read over and over again until the end of time. That has to be a cross between The Ocean at the End of the Night by Neil Gaiman. This story has such this dreamlike aspect to it. I could read this over and over and over again and enjoy it just the same. This saga series, so far we have Saga Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Again, not for younger readers, as everyone keeps saying. I love it so much, it's so fun to read. And that's the end of the Beyonce book tag. Now I'm going to be tagging a couple of people. I'm tagging Emily from Emily Jean, Ophir from Flame Neviosa, and Michelle from Wizarding World of Books. I hope I said all your channel and names correctly. Yes, thank you for watching this video. I'll have another video up for you guys soon, and